Ladies and gentlemen, once again, introducing to you the lovely, the pretty one, the cute Miss Universe Kenya 2024. It's a great pleasure to have you on her say. Karibu sana.
Asante sana, Linda.
What was the feeling like at that time?
Oh my gosh.
You know, I was actually watching and I was tensed for the both of you.
I remember the host was asking me how you're feeling and I did not have any words. Speechless.
I saw your mom all excited, marching into the podium just to appreciate what it is that you had done. Did you expect for that to have been the case?
I did. She's not supposed to get on stage
I know,
that time. And she didn't know. And she actually told me, I don't know how I found myself on stage, but I found myself on stage.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you see yourself winning? I mean, all those beauty queens right there. You can imagine the stiff competition.
That competition was
you're here, then it's you, and then there's the first runners up, and you're probably praying. Mixed emotions. You expected to win?
The competition was
heart
very
of hearts?
stiff. I had prepared my best, so I just put it to rest on God's feet. I'm like, if this thing is mine, it's mine. And at the end of the day, we're not defined by the stuff we have, but the stuff we have inside us.
All right.
So your character and who you are.
Good. Once again, as you sit down.
Thank you.
What do we expect as the country? Because that's the biggest question right now. Are we winning this? Are we bringing the crown home?
We are bringing the crown home. Yes.
What kind of support do you expect from Kenyans?
There's always voting that's usually let out when the competition nears. So I would really love for Kenyans to support, understanding that I'm not only carrying my story, I'm not Irene, I'm carrying the stories of real people in Kenya.
I'm curious about your story. What is this one story? Because I'm sure they're going to ask you, aside from carrying the story of Kenya, just what is this one unique story that you would want to share about Irene?
Irene is an ordinary girl. There is no magic to it. There is nothing to say that is going to be like, wow.
There's beauty.
Thank you. Irene is an ordinary girl, and I think that's what makes me unique.
Right.
That it shows that there's power in ordinary stories to make the extraordinary. Yes.
Please don't give me the pressure of sitting like I don't know what, because I'm literally thinking, you know, just like models, anchors, presenters are sometimes supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, you need to know the etiquettes. The pressure is as good as, you know, sit upright, you know, look bold and all that. So I can almost relate to what it is that you're going through. So here you are, and Miss Universe Kenya 2024. Your first attempt to get into modeling, or what is your story like?
No, actually, I have been in this industry of modeling and pageantry for 7 years. So it's not my first attempt. And I think it's one of the things that made me stand out even amongst other candidates, that I would say I am seasoned. Yes.
All right. Have you tried this one in particular before?
Actually, for me, every stage I have been on, every other pageant I've done, for me was the Miss Universe stage. So starting off from JKUAT, I went to JKUAT University. So sawa tuwajuja.
First of all, what tuwajuja is another story.
Yes, so I went there and I competed for Miss JKUAT. That was my first ever pageant in 2018 and I won. So from there I got that confidence of this is something I can do, and it's bigger than me. It's not just about me, but about the community. So it just fueled that passion in me, and I kept going to other pageants, and now I'm here as your Miss Universe Kenya.
All right, so you are working together with your first runners-up?
Yes, actually. When it comes to pageantry, it's not just about one girl. Actually, we're speaking with the 20 finalists that were at the competition, and some of the ladies were talking about how we don't want our legacy to just be that we had the grandest pageant in Kenya, which is very true. Miss Universe was the grandest pageant Kenya has seen in a very long time.
All right.
But we want our legacy to be that those 20 girls, they changed the fate of Kenya. Yes.
And like you say, you're seasoned, and therefore you have represented not just yourself, like we said, but the country as well at another international level.
Yes.
Just how different was that compared to the Miss Universe context?
The reason, as I said, for me, every pageant, no matter where, was the Miss Universe stage, is because there is something completely different about Miss Universe, which is that it goes beyond beauty. For example, Miss Universe is the only pageant currently in the world that has opened up not only to just young women, but has opened up their age bracket. Normally Miss pageants run to 28 maximum. Miss Universe, you can be 60 and you can compete and win and, you know, represent your country and represent your community. It's also opened up to mothers, to wives. So just something that goes beyond beauty and truly looks at the essence of a woman.
All right. I'm glad that you mentioned that, because I've been asking myself just what is the criteria. And most of the girls, most of the models out there will tell you that sometimes you are actually looking at yourself and you're thinking, maybe I'm way too old. Maybe I'm sort of like plus size. Maybe I don't have that personality. What is this one main criteria that actually got you standing out?
I would say it's very true that that's what people have seen pageantry to be, something that is just about beauty and just about the outside, something so superficial. And I think that's why, again, I say Miss Universe resonates with me, because it's changing that light of pageantry. Pageantry did start out like that, but women have been able to take up that space and completely change it to be something that the thing that makes you stand out, that one criteria is your mind and your heart. That's it.
All right. So what, does it stop your world for a second? Do you now shift to doing other things? I see you are a software engineer, and perhaps maybe you never gotten into it completely. But then again, does it get your life at a stop? For instance, now after this win, and you are being called left, right, and center, and you have to go to different places. What were you doing before? And are you still doing the same things right now?
Yeah, so Irene does a lot of things. I'm a multifaceted woman, I'd like to say.
Which is a good
I am a software engineer, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a teacher, and I'm also a model. So I still, and in different capacities, I'm able to do that. But there's the beauty of time, and the nature of time is that there are seasons. So I believe that this is my season to reign as Miss Universe. And in this time, I'm called for such a time as this, so that I can impact communities. So for me, I would say, and actually for anyone doing pageantry is a full-time job. Previously, we didn't carry it with the seriousness that it deserved. So we would do every other thing just and have it as a sideshow. But pageantry is a full-time job. It's a full-time job to speak and tell the stories of other people, provide that voice for them, and use your platform for good. So for me, I would say this is my biggest priority at the moment. And the good thing with it, it's just 1 year. I think sometimes we limit ourselves and we think that I can't now do software engineering and teaching and all these other things that I want to do. But a lifetime is a long time. So you have an year to do this as Miss Universe Kenya. What will you be doing the next 5 years? You'll probably enter into everything that you want to do later on.
All right. Three things. Most of the, like the most captivating times, of course, during the competition, your experiences during the competition, and now that you're saying that you're still onto it for the next at least 1 year, what is this one thing that you have witnessed in society that perhaps you need to change? Because again, we always understand that, well, you are associated with something that, revolves around the changing society. Aspect.
I like to say that for me, I'm always drawn towards youth empowerment. And the reason is because change needs time. You can't today say that you want to change everything that's ailing education, for example, and then you expect that in 1 year it's done. It takes time. And the youth are the ones with the advantage of time. So I'm always geared towards youth empowerment. So actually my platform is called Inspiring Revolution. I have
Inspiring Revolution.
Yes, Inspiring Revolution. This is a self-help journal that takes someone to through a journey of self-discovery. Because I believe that sometimes as the youth, what our main problem is, we don't know our purpose or our passion. So we feel lost. And at the end of it, we just fall and put ourselves into spaces that we have no business being. And yet, if you were to find your exact niche, you would do something revolutionary for the world. So that's what my platform is about. But it just doesn't stop there. When you're trying to get this journal, you give a contribution of 1,200 Kenya shillings towards a microgrant program. This microgrant program is to do just one thing: inclusion. You find that there are so many people who they just need just a little sum of money to completely transform their lives. But grants need huge organizations to give a lot of money and such. But a microgrant program can change an individual's lives for just that small amount. So that's for inclusion.
Could you please take us through the pages? I mean, that is the front bit. And then what about inside, the inside bit?
So, like I said, it's a self-help journal. So there are stories. These are actually my own stories that I hear. And I'm speaking about my journey of becoming Miss Universe. So you get to hear not only my story for you who is, like a fan, a pageant fan, but you get to see the truth of it. Just like I said, an ordinary girl with ordinary stories, but doesn't end there. There's space for you to write your story. So there are journal prompts for you you to think through and to just challenge you in very many ways. It
Right.
has topics like detachment, topics like getting to know the universe of possibilities that is inside of you.
You appear so strong, and perhaps it has taken a lot of time for you to get to that point of discovery, that point of knowing that, well, now this is Irene, this is what she wants, and perhaps it's still a learning process. How just do you take care of you know, the mental aspect of you? It's quite a demanding industry. The health element of just making sure that you are up to task and you're good and you're set to face tomorrow and even other times.
Yeah. You know, actually, what I like to say for me, my honest truth is that it is my spirit that feeds my body and my mind.
Okay.
So if my spirit is well, then my body and mind will prosper. So for me, it's just to hold on to my faith and speak to my God. And honestly, for me, I would say that that is the truth for everyone. If you can hold on to whatever it is that is your faith, your life will be transformed.
Are there people that you go to, gals, parents, family, and all that, you know, in those moments where, you know, the pressure is just too much? Let us face it, that we're human beings. You could have the spirit that is at that level or the spirit that is that, you know, at the toppest. But then again, at some point in time, you literally, you know, want people around you. Who's this one person that you would go to almost immediately?
Honestly, I'm blessed to have such a beautiful inner circle. I can't mention one person. I have my best friends and I have my family, my mom. So I have a number of people that bless me with just their presence and a givenness. Actually, in the pageant, because you said you were watching, there were people holding Team Irene banners.
Yes.
So that's my inner circle. And you could see how they would show up with everything that they have. I'm really blessed.
All right, beautiful. So here we are. What are the plans? What is going on in terms of preparing you to, you know, face the global stage? Do you check out to see what other countries are doing? I mean, what's the pressure like, you know, when you are looking at the beauties of these other countries and you're thinking, these are the people I'm going to face?
The pressure is a lot. But one thing about beauty pageants, and that's a little secret for you who's trying to get into beauty pageants, don't look at the competition. This is about you. I like to use a very small analogy I use at the Mansion Dance Studio. That's my business where I teach kids to dance and to do coding.
Oh, she's such a good dancer. We should have put her to task to do that for us.
I have healed.
Oh, you speak Swahili?
I speak Swahili.
You know, most of the girls are thinking, hey, all right, she's so beautiful, could she, and all that. She's Irene Ngéndo, for crying out loud.
Yes, so as I was mentioning that an analogy I like to use on my kids is just that little song of this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Exactly.
That's
because
nice.
so many times we focus on looking at the opposite.
The
So I'm
dull
looking at your
side.
light, but I don't realize yours is a whole different spectrum of colors. And if I could look at just my own, then it'll be the brightest. So I don't need to compete because there's no other, say, for example, green light, but yours is red. And if I'm looking at yours, who's gonna take care of making green the brightest it can be? So in pageants even, and in life, it's not a matter of comparison. Comparison is a thief of joy. You'd rather focus on yourself and truly believe that you have what it takes to become the best version of you.
Beautiful. And the industry, the beauty industry for that matter, is quite a vast one, a huge one, you know, has numerous components. What is this one that you have not explored that you probably would wish, an aspect of the beauty industry that you would wish to explore? I literally see you here with a huge team of models, actually. You might need to see them on the other side. There's the photographer and all that. What is this other side of the beauty pageant that you feel you would want to explore?
Honestly, I think this is my calling, this one right
This
here.
one,
So I'm very okay with this. Other places that I look to explore in life, I always call myself a lifelong teacher and lifelong learner. I am always finding myself teaching in one way or the other. So I definitely think I will find myself in spaces where I'm teaching queens to become the next Miss Universe.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And you have to take care of yourself, your beauty and all that. Age is catching up and therefore they're telling you skincare and all that. What are some of the things that you do to just be as beautiful as you are, to maintain that look, to maintain that body size, to maintain, you know, basically the eloquence as well is part of the beauty?
I would say in honest truth, something that can be practical advice for anyone listening is that you can't take care of something you don't love. You should love your body, love your mind, love your spirit, and really, really love them for what they are at that moment. And then you can take care of them. So, because so many times we're looking to change ourselves before accepting ourselves. It starts from acceptance and then to change.
All right. I want us to do some bit of quick fire. I mean,
Let's
pretty
go.
much. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thankfully, I picked things that are just under what it is that you do.
Okay.
So I'm sure on this one you're going to get them right. So here we are. Heels or flats?
Heels.
Heels. You have no choice.
Heels. I have no choice.
What else? Let's see. Evening gown or cocktail dress?
Evening gown.
I was expecting you to be, in a gown tonight.
No.
All right. So here we go. Catwalk or photo shoot?
That's a difficult one. Okay. Catwalk.
Catwalk any day. All right. So New York Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week?
New York, just because that's the base of Miss Universe.
Right.
So I'm already, I'm manifesting.
You have to.
Yeah.
Of course. All right. Another one. Black and white or full color?
Full color.
Full color. All right. What else? Let's see. Minimalist look or bold patterns?
Minimalist.
Minimalist,
Yeah.
evidently, from what it is that we see today. High ponytail or loose waves?
High ponytail.
High
actually.
ponytail. No.
Yeah. It's loose waves. Yes, it's still a high. Yeah.
All right. So here, red lipstick or nude?
Nude.
I can almost guess that. And let's see. Let me pick another one. Editorial shoot or commercial shoot?
Commercial.
Commercial.
Yes.
I mean, it's business at the end of the day. All right. Designer handbags or designer shoes? Shoes. I can look at the shoes without doubt. Sunglasses or hats?
Glasses.
Glasses. Anytime.
Yeah.
Sunglasses, hats, crown?
Crown. What
crown.
do you mean?
All right. Another one. Long runway or short runway?
Long runway.
Long runway.
Longest
anytime.
runway.
The longest you can ever do. What's the longest you've ever done?
For our preliminary swimsuit, we were walking almost the whole of our beautiful sponsor, Agile
Right.
Hotel, Grand Hotel. So we're walking almost the whole perimeter of the swimming pool area. That's the longest I've done. It was really fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now that you say 4 hours, so it means like it was a whole group and all that. So solo walk or group walk?
Group walk.
There's
always that energy.
So you're like, oh, easy,
yes.
good and all that. What's the worst that has ever happened to you on that runway? High tea? Is it high tea or high fashion or what? What's the difference between that and this kawaida just modeling?
So in modeling, there are various aspects. So there's pageantry, and that's when you have queens who are advocating for something. And then there's high fashion. The models you see dress, walk, leave the stage, dress, walk, leave the stage. And then, of course, there's also commercial modeling. So the models you see on billboards.
Right.
For me, I'm specifically a pageant model.
Okay.
Yes.
All
So
right.
my biggest maybe challenge or moment on a runway was, tripping. When you have that small trip.
Goodness, it's
But
the
I
worst it can
really,
ever be.
right?
But you know how to pick it up and...
You pick it up, and really it's a teachable moment of life. It happens in life. You'll always get that little trip or that little problem that came up. It's about how you pick yourself up from that problem. Yeah.
And there you go. We always say that you are now public, I don't want to say property, but basically it is you, and we actually need to know, so who is this girl?
Yeah.
Where does she come from? She's a Ngéndo, so what about a Ngéndo and all that?
I am... Ngéndo is from Kiambu County. I was
Okay.
so proud to represent my county at Miss
Beautiful.
Universe Kenya. And that's specifically Juja, even where I schooled and everything. And I was happy to also not only be from Kiambu County, but have impacted my county in so many ways already. Like 2 years ago, we were able to go to the Gio Secondary School and have a pad drive there.
Nice.
And also around the same time, we also had a food drive because we were going through a little bit of famine and drought in the area. And I'm going back there to Utugi Angels community, a community that is about the special needs.
Utugi, I've been
Utugi.
there.
You
Utugi,
have
I've been there.
Lovely
I've actually
place.
hosted, oh,
Right?
my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness, yeah.
So yes, I'm going back there and we'll be giving a donation to them. Yes.
Beautiful. Does it feel like there's so much pressure that you are forced to mature so fast? I don't want to ask you your age, but anyway, it's all over. It's all over. Girls don't say it, but it is all over. Is it not so much pressure?
Not really. I really
Are you maturing so fast career-wise?
I would say that, yes, I am maturing so fast, way ahead of my age and my time. But it's really a blessing because it shows the potential that the youth have if they're given an opportunity and that they're challenged, Yeah.
Memorable times, this one that is so memorable. I know you've had so many of them, but basically in this career, that one memorable time, that that one mention that you must make every other time that you're thinking of where you began up until this point, a good one for that matter.
Oh my God, that's
You've had so many. Oh, it has got to be this.
it's got to be.
It has
this.
got
What
to
do you
be
mean?
this, and you have to build some more and more by the day.
Exactly. And really, it's getting to win the Miss Universe Kenya. And the reason for me that was so memorable is not even the winning itself, but the boot camp experience we had.
Yeah.
This boot camp was sponsored by amazing individuals, because one of the challenges I've had as a pageant queen is looking for people to see it as something serious and get behind us. So seeing that this was a platform where the Ababu Namwamba Foundation came behind us, and Mozart were behind us. TV47 was also behind
right
us.
behind
you
your people,
So
yeah.
seeing that finally people are seeing the power of pageantry and what kind of a leadership platform it is, I think it was such a beautiful experience for me.
I have been with a model in my house, you know, during the boot camp times when they're about to go for them, when they're coming back, and the pressure, extensive and all that. Sometimes you literally think you are it, then you're told that you're not it. What are the experiences there? What is this one thing you've been told that, you know what, got you actually, your balloon is burst and you're just thinking, should I let go? Should I proceed and all that?
There are always going to be people saying a lot of mean things, especially in pageantry. People are looking for perfection, yeah? So they're thinking you're too old, you're big, there's so many things that you can be told. But again, I go back to the stuff that makes you you is not outside. It's not in the physical, it's on the inside. So who really are you when it comes to your kindness, your thoughts about your community, your friends? Who are you as a family person, you know? And that really is what counts. So going back to that at the end of the day, even when it's a rough day, really just centers you as a person.
Her says about girls, and the girls are watching, and the women are watching, and they're looking forward to be models. They are looking forward to be professionals in whatever capacity. What is this one advice? And I don't want you to give them advice on other capacities, but basically that one girl who wishes to be a model, who thinks they have got what it takes, and they are now thinking this is Miss Universe, her opportunity to tell us what the situation is like, what, you know, change they can make in society. What would you advise them?
I would advise, don't limit yourself. There's so many times that's our biggest problem. So you already know you have this passion and this drive in the inside of you, and it's a fire that you can't burn out. So why would you limit yourself? Actually, when you're playing small, you're being selfish. So let me just give you some tough love there. When you play small, you're being selfish because there's someone waiting for exactly what it is you're trying to do, and it will bless them. I never thought that a funny walk around the world would bless Utugi Angels community, for example, or would bless the people around me, my family. But here I am. Yeah.
Was that a funny walk, really?
I don't think so.
But at least it got us laughing.
Yeah.
So here we are, and we're about to close this, and we're looking at the international stage. I think I'll ask you that again and again. We go out, I'll still ask you the same question. What will it take for us to take this? In as much as we always say, well, whether we get it or not, we're still winners, but what will it take for us to get? What kind of support do you want from Kenyans so that at least we can say, you know what, go gal, you have got to bring this home?
The support that I want is for you guys to share your stories with me. Truly share your lives, your stories, your everything that you are with me, because that's what I want to represent on that stage. And what it takes to get this crown, you have her.
There you go, once again. What are some of these other things that people need to do, like you have to do? Because you know what? Everybody else on that runway is a beauty queen. Everybody else is offering and serving beauty. What is this extra thing that someone needs to serve, you know, in terms of intellectual capacity, or perhaps anything else that perhaps, you know, that girl who is watching as well needs to understand that it's not just about beauty. It's not just about having that body and all that.
I would say it takes an all-rounded person. So you're not going to neglect your beauty, your appearance, your poise, your confidence, but you're also not going to neglect the CSR that you're doing.
Okay.
And you're also not going to neglect taking care of your speech and how it is you're going to represent your country. So I would say it's that all-rounded perspective when it comes to preparing. Yeah.
Do you always sit down to work on your speech and all that?
Oh,
literally,
yes.
the mirror on the wall?
Oh my gosh, on the mirror, when I'm washing the dishes, you'll find me there asking myself a question. Okay, so Irene, I'm like, 30 seconds, give me an answer, Irene.
All right.
So it takes a lot, but really it's to enjoy the process and the journey, because trust me, at the end of the day, you have the stuff that it takes to win.
You have the stuff that it takes to win, and I think that's what we take home this evening, that we all have the stuff that it takes to win. Your parting shot.
My parting shots. honestly, I've just had a really good time here with you, Linda. I don't
Thank
have much
you.
to
It's
say
a
other than
pleasure.
thank you so much for having me here.
All the best, Irene.
Thank
All
you.
the best. Please represent us. But again, we have to appreciate that indeed you're still a winner. You are a winner, at least up to this very point.
Yes.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
All right. Of course, we'll be watching. So please,
Please watch.
please, we'll be watching and we'll be supporting as much as it takes. So thank you so much, everybody, for keeping us company. Lots of feedback. I know we've crossed the Rubicon up to at least 10:04. We're supposed to be here. But basically, the girls are asking, what will it take? And I think that question has already been answered. You are so beautiful. Lots of people saying
thank
that.
you.
We appreciate that. Congratulations. And once again, please make sure that you bring the crown home, Irene. Congratulations and congratulations and congratulations. My name is Linda Alela. It was good having you and looking forward to see you again on the next episode of Her Say. That is sometime next Saturday. Do have yourself a lovely Saturday night. Bye-bye.